Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, baby.
Chantilly lace and a pretty face and a ponytail.
Are you not running out of songs yet?
No, mate.
No, you are running out of songs.
I always find a new song every week, mate.
You didn't for the first week. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
That'll always, if we do 200 of these and you got down to the most obscure way of referencing the word hello, and then in the first one, you just didn't do it.
I was so disappointed when I went back because if you saw the last episode, I said, I've been doing it every week, mate. And then when I went back to cut all the little clips together, I noticed in the first one, I'm just like, all right.
Yeah.
Right.
Ruined it. Well, welcome back to the podcast. I have a bit of a break when I was violently ill.
Man flu.
Yeah, no, mate.
No, it was man flu.
No,
mate.
it wasn't, mate.
It was man
You
flu.
don't know sickness like I know sickness.
Sickness in hell.
Yeah, there's no health going on. I'm still sick as a dog. This room's like 45 degrees.
It's pretty hot in here.
Yeah, but that's the way it goes. And we're back for another episode of the Two Skis, where we talk about the best and the worst of something. And this week, what are we talking about?
Superhero.
I am Iron Man.
Get dangerous.
Toxic Avenger.
Yeah. So we're not going to be talking about specific films. We're going to be talking about the characters and how... Well, we will, because we don't know anything about comic books.
We want to preface this by saying that don't do that face, mate. Like you think I don't use that word.
He never uses big words. All right. Then as soon as the podcast comes along, he's talking about preface, predisposition.
I've never used that.
Yeah. What was the one? Dichotomy. All these kind of words.
I haven't used that. Go through any other episode. I've never used predisposition or dichotomy in any of those episodes.
What have you used? What was that word you used?
It's not important.
Yeah, exactly.
But I use big words. That's just the way it is. But we don't know anything about comic books, and we've seen superhero films. But we decided in this, instead of going for superhero movies, we thought superheroes across the board. So it could be cartoons, it could be films, it can be whatever, anything like that. So it'd be the good and the bad ones. And what we mean by the good and the bad is not as in like Superman, he's a good guy. It means like the good ones and the bad ones to us, the ones where we really connected with, and the ones where we thought, that's not even a superhero, that he hasn't even got any powers, that's junk.
Meg's super amazing ability to grow her fingernails.
Yeah, and it's not just like, we're not saying, because people will expect us to be talking about, Supergirl, that was a bad film.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's not ones that are generally known as being bad. We just think that they're not very good superheroes, or they are, and what qualities we think make them a good superhero or not a good superhero.
Yeah.
But okay, to start off, let's go with, what have you done this week?
It's not... I've been in bed ill, mate.
You haven't?
Yeah, you know that.
It's that kind of thing where it almost seems like I'm asking you what you've been doing this week, so I can tell you what I've been doing this week.
You haven't been doing much this week.
I have, mate. So what I like to do is I like to go for long walks where I can...
No, he does. He does the same walk every day of his life. The same route. Yeah. Exactly the same. Exactly. Same time.
It's because that's the time when I have like philosophical thoughts and but I get ideas. Like I get ideas for what I'm going to do in the podcast. Like literally, I had an idea while I was walking about an idea. If you've ever heard that before, my brain's like in overdrive with like.
What do you mean, an idea of an idea?
Well, for example, I was walking, and when I'm listening to my music as I'm walking, I don't have many, but I have some. I don't know if any of you at home do this. You have Christmas songs, but you listen to them in summer, right? So I have. There's only a couple I have. Have you got any that you listen to?
Definitely not.
Well, why'd you say definitely not?
Because why would you listen to Christmas songs in summer?
Because those songs are so good that you can't not listen to them. You can't not have them on your list. So I was listening to Boys to Men, Let It Snow. The other day. And that one's hard to listen to in summer because obviously it's not snowing. And I also listened to Cliff Richard, We Should Be Together at Christmas.
We should be together for Christmas.
And I bet when people see me walking down the street, they think, well, look at this guy. He's hip, he's cool, he's a sexy guy.
Arcade.
Come bust a move where the games are played. It's chill, it's fresh, it's Noah's Arcade.
He's a sexy guy. he must be listening to what's something that's sexy these days, like a group.
Charlie XCX.
Charlie XCX. I bet he's listening to Charlie XCX, and it's like, no, mate, I'm listening to Cliff Richard, but you don't know that. You just think I'm a sexy guy who's listening to Charlie XCX.
No one thinks Johnny Vegas is sexy, mate.
I told you I'm not taking it, all right? I'm not taking Johnny Vegas. I
You've
thought,
got
I thought we agreed on
no,
it, mate.
you've got to take Johnny Vegas now.
Right, anyway, so that was what I was doing this week. So that was a great section there. But now it's time for your favourite section.
It's your letters. It's your letters.
Okay, so the first letter we got this week, thanks for all your letters, right in at the address that we never give you. So this one comes from William Ferrell. I can't do a Will Ferrell impression, so that's but not that.
Why did you pick that then?
I didn't pick it, mate. This is a letter from a real person. I always do real letters. He says, "Do you guys like sport? Do you have a favourite team?" Yeah, we do. We have Manchester United. Yeah, so yeah, we supported United, and we were pretty lucky when we first got into footy, weren't we? That we first got into Premier League when we were like young, and that was when they started winning and they had that great run. And if you see them now, no. We used to have like a Man United room, and it was like the whole thing, curtains, posters, everything was like Man United. And yeah, we had like literally everything like Man United, and like as a lot of young kids do. And I remember I had like a Man United bedspread, and I remember when I got this girl back to my house, like I remember thinking my first time, having sex, I'm going to be like in the Man United thing, and that's going to make it more kind of special. That, and I had a sex.
We were in the same bedroom.
She didn't.
This
he
never
wasn't.
happened.
No, like, literally.
This never
he
happened.
wasn't there that day. Literally, and what it was.
No,
what
I never slept anywhere else. I'm 2 years younger than you. I would have been like 14.
You
15.
weren't there that day because Mum and Dad went out. We did it specially that day, and because I remember I put on my CD, and I was so proud because I'm one of them 3 CD players. We have 3 discs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a great CD player. Every young lad had one like that. And I remember I put on my CD, and I remember the songs on it were I Want to You Up, because that's classic. Mr.
Can we even say?
Yeah, I'll beep it out, mate. And Mr. Loverman by Shabba Ranks.
Mr. Loverman, Shabba. Mr. Loverman, Shabba.
And the only other one I can remember is I had a Reach Out. But that wasn't the song. I think I just had that on there because I needed to fill up the tape, even though it was a CD player. Anyway, so thanks for your question. That was the answer.
What's that got to do with superheroes?
I felt like a superhero when I got that young lady between the sheets for all of those 5 seconds. Anyway, so it's time for top 3, mother. Yeah, so top 3. If you want to go first.
Yep. So, my first one, Dread.
So yeah, in the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dread. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Why I like Dread, and I think people often say, "Oh, there's one good film, there's one bad film." I like both of the films.
Do you? So I mean, because Dread is the kind of film where when we do reviews, you'd think we'd do a review on that.
And it would be trash.
Yeah.
But I love that film.
I saw that film when it was a 15, and I saw it when I was 13 because I went with my uncle to see it, and I remember I bought the novelisation of it before I went to see the film.
He buys scripts, right? I've said it before.
We alluded to the fact that I like to read scripts, but this wasn't a script. It was
He doesn't like to read
It was a
scripts.
novelisation of Judge Dredd.
Of that film.
Yeah, of that film.
And then, it's nothing like what the source material was. And then he takes his helmet off after the first minute, just because they were like, Sylvester Stallone has to be on camera.
Yeah.
It's got the discount.
Yeah, I was thinking at the same time as you were saying it, even though you said it first.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
strange. Yeah, but what is he? Who's he a discount of? Jean-Claude Van Damme or somebody?
It's like he is a discount Sylvester Stallone.
Isn't he?
Meets I don't know. Yeah, meets Jean-Claude Van Damme or...
And this guy, I mean, he chews up the scenery.
Yeah, it's kind of like, but you're not!
The massacre!
I caused the revolution.
You betray the law!
Oh, yeah!
I think so. The rumor was that Sylvester Stallone said, "I want somebody who's like me, but not going to be famous like me." So that's what I think that's true, mate. I think if you look at all you trivia nerds, go and look.
I don't think the
that's what
heads
it
of the
was.
studios would have done that. Like, let's make the main villain not as good.
I'll give you that was a good one.
See? You always say I come up with trash for my
He
ones.
always usually comes up with trash, but that one, I didn't even think of that one.
There you go.
My first one is Black Noir out of The Boys.
Well, that's one of your favourite.
Yeah, because I remember seeing him in The Boys and being like, I love how they did that character. How he's like silent, mysterious, never talked, and then there was the whole thing of like the rumor behind it was that he was really Homelander, wasn't he, in disguise. So in the comics. I think he takes his the real Homelander gets killed or something in the comics, and then he becomes the new Homelander. And it was one of the most exciting things of him being in it because they always The Boys, with it being like bad superheroes, are always mixed in that kind of weird comedy with the badness. You know, like when the team came back and they didn't do well, Homelander would be like,
I'm really glad to have you with me on this one, pal. You're the only one I can count on.
"Well, you all did this week, but not you, Noir." And then they ruined the character because then he started speaking and became a comedy character.
Okay, but would Noir just enter stage right like that? If I come into this...
And it just literally killed it.
I thought you were going to say...
You thought I was going to say Superman. Well, everybody says Superman.
I was going to say Homelander as one of my three.
Well, I was going to say Homelander, but I thought he's going to say Homelander, so I'll say Black Noir, even though that makes it sound like he's not now one of my three, but he literally is, because he is Black Noir. They're the same guy in the comics.
He's arguably one of the worst of the seven, probably.
No, he's not, mate.
He's worse than
that
Translucent.
fish guy is the worst. Who has with fish. He's the worst one. But...
So that's the first
that was Black Noir anyway, so one of my favourite ever, so keep that in mind if you ever watch that show. What's your second?
Magneto.
Yes, he's all right.
He's better than Black Noir.
He's not,
a bit
mate.
more developed than
He's
Black
not.
Noir.
Black Noir has got the great name as well.
Yeah, you'll
Black
never live
Noir, and Noir actually means black, if you didn't know that.
Yeah, okay, so good
Black,
name.
Black.
So he's one of the best superheroes of all time.
Yes, mate. If I'm thinking about superheroes, I'm thinking...
You're thinking he could have his own show?
Definitely.
What, not saying anything?
Charlie Chaplin, mate. So, Charlie Chaplin, Howard Hughes. Actually, they're not Howard Hughes. The guy who fell through where the house falls.
Oh,
on him.
yeah. What is his name?
Howard Marks.
What? Whatever you do.
I will be right here waiting for you.
It's Richard Marks, mate.
It's Howard Marks, isn't he? One of the Marx brothers.
Isn't he that drug guy?
Isn't he like a philosopher?
I don't know, mate.
We'll put up whoever he is.
Yeah.
But anyway, Magneto.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. So I thought you were talking about the Ian McKellen version, where I was like, that's a bit...
No, he's still a very good character. I mean...
It's a bit weak.
He's back that up.
He's just a bit like of an old man, being an old fuddy-duddy. Like, they'd be like...
Ageist.
They'd be like... that guy in the wheelchair would be like, Magneto, what are you doing today? And he'd be like, I'm going to watch University Challenge or something like that. You know, basically he was just an old
You haven't
fuddy-duddy
seen
man.
the film.
I've seen him, mate. Well, what did he do that was badass, that made him, one of the best ever? He's slating my Black Noir, and this Ian McKellen character is not even any good. The Fassbender version, yeah. That's best star. That scene.
Yeah,
love
that scene, yeah. That's one of the most iconic scenes. Just the whole backstory of him. In the concentration camps.
Concentration camps, that's pretty.
So that he just learns to hate humans and do anything against them. And then I just think it's an intelligent villain where there weren't many. It's not your typical, I'm going to destroy the world. He had an ideology that he stuck to. And then I just think it's an interesting villain for once.
Okay, my next one is, well, this one's a bit of an obvious one, Batman. Look, I can't win with this guy.
No.
I do a guy who's not, like, famous, and then I get slated for it. I do Batman, who's too famous, get slated for it. Who am I supposed to do, mate? Mr. Muscle or somebody? I love the backstory in it. We went to watch Batman Forever when we were kids. It was like... That was exciting, and I still stand by that film. It has a couple of bad moments, like it's the car ride.
Chicks love the car.
Yeah.
That's bad. And when he smiles when she's like, "You're sexy" or something, it's like Batman wouldn't do that.
Tommy
I know
Lee
Batman.
Jones.
Yeah. Tommy Lee Jones is way over the
Hamming
top.
it up.
And we never believed that whole thing of when he's in the court and the guy throws acid on his face and he goes like this, and it burns
Perfectly.
him. It burns him perfectly down. And then why? Right, if you're a Two-Face, yeah, if you're this guy and you hate being a Two-Face, why would you just make your whole house into a Two-Face house? Like, why would you have a good half and a bad half? You wouldn't do that. You'd say it's a disability, I don't like it. If you're in a wheelchair, you don't make your room into a big wheelchair design, do you? Like, it's a stupid thing. Yeah, so that was unbelievable. Not saying that Batman as a whole is believable, but at least he comes up with gadgets and stuff. He's like, Superman's too kind of... Oh, it's too easy to do everything for Superman. Whereas Batman, Batman and Robin, it kind of fell off, but it got brought back with the Nolan films. And
Overrated.
No, see, here's the thing. You know the whole thing when we do film reviews. If you watch them, we always give it a mark at the start. That's what we did because we literally started doing that properly when we went to see Dark Knight Rises, because we came out of the cinema that day, and I remember being like, I loved it. So I was so excited to tell him how much I loved it. And I turned to him and his face was like stone. It was like even uglier than it usually is. It was like,
You know why? Because I had a twisted ankle. He took me to the wrong cinema in Manchester, so I had to hobble over to the other side of Manchester, right? Then we're in IMAX and we're in like seat A1.
We were A1,
A2.
not A2.
So we
mate,
could
not
look,
A2.
yeah, A1 and A2.
Not A2.
Yeah. So we could only see like... We were like crane our necks just to see.
Andy Crane.
Yeah. so when we came out, I was just in a bad mood.
And I was next to the boom box, and it was like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, so we couldn't even hear what they were saying.
And then, of
It's just
course,
like, move, move,
yeah,
move.
well, I was like that anyway, wasn't it? 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like Bane was just like, it sounded like our microphones from our earlier episodes. He sounded better.
Yeah, the picture quality was better though.
Can't remember it. See, keep it noise.
But yeah, I like the backstory. I mean, the original Batman is like classic, and I just like I like Jack Nicholson in that, and I like the Christopher Nolan movies. I don't like Robert Pattinson one though. I don't like that film. I think it's shot too dark. Not that I'm some kind of cinematographer, but I basically am. So it's shot too dark. Sort it out. If you're watching, cinematographer guy, if he's watching, do better next time. But yeah, it's this dark character. The animated series, when we used to watch that sometimes, yes, he says
We didn't.
He does this.
No, we did
every
not.
time he
We
does
never.
this, we watched it every week. We loved it because it was dark, and then we were
What's
just
the
like,
theme tune?
It's not important what the theme
Yeah, we
tune is.
never watched.
It's-
We watched the same TV growing up. All right,
He's
never
always
watched
saying
it.
everything got to be in the same room. I need to be in the same room when we watch TV. I need to be in the same room when you're having. It's like, no, mate, no, okay, right, sorry, but yeah, that's my one. That's another good one to add to my roster. What's your second one?
I've done my second one.
What's your second one, mate?
I've done it.
No, you've done one, haven't you?
No, Dredd and Magneto.
Oh, right.
My third one.
Yeah. What's your third one?
Might be an obvious one. Spider-Man.
It is obvious. I mean, people at home, like whoever's watching this, like the 3 subscribers. No, I'm joking. Actually, we want to say a big thank you at the same time
Over
for our
100,
subscribers.
yeah.
Yeah. What is it like? 113
Yeah,
subscribers.
I
So
appreciate that.
Thanks for that. And as always, please like and subscribe. It helps
beg
us
it.
out a lot. I need to beg, mate. I'm begging you. Yeah, so if you could do that, like and subscribe, we would be very beneficial of that. We would be the beneficiaries of that. All right, my next one, and this one.
Whoa! What? Spider-Man.
Do this every episode, don't
Yeah.
we? Like every episode. Well, what do you like about it?
The fact that everyone can have it's a bit like Batman, you can have your own era of Spider-Man, and each Spider-Man is different in some way that makes it interesting. Like I love Across the Spider-Verse. I love the animated Spider-Man.
He never watches that. Like,
No, I tried to make you watch it.
I didn't like it.
I don't like cartoons.
I like Batman animated cartoon, mate.
He didn't. So he didn't like the Spider-Verse films, and I think they're some of the best films possibly ever made. Lord and Miller.
This guy's crazy.
No, he's not crazy.
Who's Lord and Miller?
The people who created it.
Who? What? I thought it was Sam Raimi, mate.
No, the Across the Spider-Verse films.
Oh, nobody watches them films.
No, they do, mate. They
Straight
can't
to
wait.
video films. Yeah,
Some of the best box office going on the last one, so you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, the Sam Raimi ones.
Oh, they're the gold. I think Sam Raimi. I think Sam Raimi. Spider-Man 1.
I bet you like Spider-Man 3.
No, the weird dancing part, and it was too overstuffed with characters because, like, that Sandman guy, boring. It was a boring character.
He was the only interesting character.
No, the Venom. He was a bad character in it, but he was a good character in real life.
I don't even know how to speak to you.
And the first one, when Mary Jane's in the rain or whatever, it's like. It's a beautiful moment. I meant the moment, not that me looking at her in a. Like,
you're crass.
It's pretty crass, but she looks beautiful in that moment.
She's not going to go out with you, mate.
Well, I know she's not, but she's pretty old now, so.
Yeah, you are.
I know, that's the whole point, mate. If I was a young stud, then she definitely wouldn't go out with me. And all the new Spider-Mans are complete trash. I mean, they're like the Tom Holland ones. They're terrible. Like I went to see. Oh, we'll watch the No Way Home one. Is that the first one?
No. Homecoming.
No, that's second, isn't it?
No, because they go to Homecoming in it.
The one with Michael Keaton is good because, and I put it in the actual trailer for this thing, when he says, because you showed me that scene,
Yeah.
I will kill you dead.
That's what I'll do to protect my family, Pete.
That's scene. That's a good scene, but then he sold me the film on that.
I know, and I ruined that. It was the spoiler, wasn't it?
Well, nobody wants to watch it anyway. I mean, it's a bad film, but Spider-Man fell off for me. It really fell off after the original movies, and I think a lot of people would agree. I think you'd agree with that in your heart. I think deep down you would agree with it.
No.
Yeah. So my last one. This is like straight out of left field. This one, mate. But it meant a lot to a young generation.
Let me guess.
Go for it.
It's out left field. It's going to be a kids' TV show one. It's going to be like either Danger Mouse.
Not, mate. Nope.
Or
nope.
Banana Man.
Nope.
Or
way off, mate. This show, Captain Planet. Like, as a superhero, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the show being the best show ever, because it's not. But as a superhero, what he stood for helping the environment.
Move on.
And doing those. No, mate. He's in my top 3 because it really had an effect.
You never watched it!
I started.
He doesn't recycle.
I started recycling literally after I watched it because I was like, I want to save the planet too.
I can't. You've picked the worst 3 of them.
Wait up, mate. I didn't pick obvious ones. I picked ones that people go, if there's any young kids
we
out
never
there,
watced that growing up, right? So I was thinking,
how do I know what it is then, mate?
Because I know what.
I know the theme tune. Captain Planet.
He's our hero, gonna take pollution down to 0.
What's the origin
You're
of
not
Captain
allowed
Planet?
to do that.
You don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I do. The thing
all
is,
you know is the theme tune.
No, I know what the show's like.
What were the characters called?
They were called like Sun, Air, Sky, and they were all like, didn't they have them rings where they were like, planets together. It was. I should have maybe rewatched an episode. I want to tell you about. It's a little story about when we're talking about superheroes and the good and the bad of superheroes. I had a mate, and he said that this is a thing where he could be a hero or a bad superhero. He was at Alton Towers, and he was going to go on Nemesis. And you know when you're standing in queue for Nemesis, and they used to have them VHS of that guy on screen. It used to be like, "You little pieces of shit, you're not going to survive." And like everybody was like really like scared, and he'd been in like this queue for about 3 hours or something like that. And he goes, as I was in the queue, a few people ahead of me guy has a heart attack and like falls on the floor and he's like having a heart attack on the floor. And I was just like, well, what happened? And he goes, well, everybody in the queue's like looking at each other like, do you want to help him? Or like, it's like, I don't want to lose my place in the queue. And I was like, mate, that time you could have been a hero. You could have actually gone and saved him. And I said, like, did he die? And he was like, well, I don't know, maybe. But he said, my point in the queue moved on, so I never saw what happened to him. But the guy had a heart attack because of that video, and he didn't save him. So in a way, he could have been a superhero, but instead he was a bad superhero because he didn't do anything about it. But I just thought that would tie in nicely with the subject we were on.
Do you know what that's called?
Schadenfreude.
Bystander effect.
Really?
Yeah, where everyone thinks someone else will deal with it, so they just think there's no way no one will deal with it, and then no one does deal with it. Psychology, mate.
Well, I'm
intelligent.
Well, I did say to him, well, yeah, debatable, but I did say to him, like, well, you could have made a difference, mate. And he was like, yeah, but I've been queuing for 3 hours, so I'm not going to... He's not... And I did think, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I've been queuing for 3 hours. I think, you know where he was probably queuing by? The bins where all the wasps are, and you have to pretend that you're some big hard man when you're like this. Trying to get rid of the wasps. Hate that. Let's get on to... the worst, the bad superheroes.
We can agree on this one.
All right, well, hopefully.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, yeah. So what don't you like about it?
Is everything wrong with Marvel films? Well, because there's no stakes in Ant-Man. He's always just there.
Vegetarian.
What?
Vegetarian.
I don't get it.
No stakes. Carry on. Carry on, mate.
He's a nothingy character. Everything's jokey. It's every trope wrong with Marvel films appears in the Ant-Man ones. Ant-Man 1, it was a fine, frivolous kind of film.
Yeah, because I remember we watched it at our cousin's house around Christmas, and it was on. And like you're at your cousin's house, you can't just turn over the TV when someone's watching it. It passed time. It was all right,
but then it's just the same thing again for 2 more of them, and you just think...
I didn't even know there's been 2 more.
That's Quantum Mania is one of the most worst reviewed films, isn't it, of the Marvel thing?
Yeah.
But I just think if that film was the first one to be released out of all the Marvel films, it would have just been everyone just like, what is the point in this? What is the point?
Yeah, because I think by that time when they get to Ant-Man, I mean, again, if you're a comic book fan, you know who he is. But it's like, for me, it's like, Ant-Man? Like, here's things about ants. Nobody likes ants, all right? No. You're never like, oh, look at that cute ant. If they're building a house or whatever, you kick that down.
So you have a nice little civilization there, huh? I don't think so. That seems so aggressive.
You don't care about, you don't, that's why that other film, Disney Ants, didn't do well, because nobody likes ants. It's like doing a film about spiders. Nobody likes spiders, don't do a film about it. You're never going to be like, oh, look at that cute spider.
Yeah, that's a good point. Have you ever heard of that film where it's called something like Johnny's Apartment or something like that, and it's about cockroaches? Yeah, and then the whole film's about cockroaches, and it's like, it was a box office bomb, and it had a load of special effects, and it's like, because nobody wants to see it.
I don't want to watch any films about cocks.
You have to ruin it. Right, your worst one.
This is one, you won't have even heard of this one, mate. The worst use of a superhero thing is, it's a superhero called Super... Right, and it's like, when you're young, when I was young in the 90s, and when your parents would go to bed and you used to turn on like Channel X or whatever, they would just give you like 10-minute free preview, and this is way before the days of being on going computer and things like that, and you used to get a 10-minute free preview, and they used to have like naked table tennis and naked basket, a lot of sports, naked basically, darts, etc. And then it came on Super, and it was a guy, he was naked, but he was wearing like a Superman cape, and the tagline for it was, he always cares and he always and I remember thinking, that is the worst use of a superhero. I mean, I know you won't have heard it unless you watched the. Did you watch the 10-minute? You didn't know. But if anybody did watch the 10-minute preview, that was one of the worst superheroes that I ever see. So if you get a chance to check that out, you probably can't now because you have to verify your age if you go on the internet looking for stuff like that. Not that I do, but you know. Anyway, that was my first bad one. What are your comments on that?
If we're talking about this, Superman. He's my worst.
Really?
Yeah, it's the same thing every single time. He's there, he's invincible. Oh, but then there's kryptonite. Oh, well, let's put some kryptonite in something. Oh, there you go. Oh, now he's floundering a bit. Oh, and Lex Luthor comes along and he's just
Right, here's the thing, right? Let's get into the brass tacks of this for 1 second, right? This guy, he's saying Superman's the worst thing ever. He doesn't read comic books. Doesn't watch.
You don't.
Doesn't. Yeah, I know, but this is not what I'm going to follow up on my point here. This is why I'm doing this with my hand. I'm making a very serious point. He doesn't watch the cartoons of it and things like that. So, oh right, he must know all the films then. He doesn't know all the films, but he can't even remember Superman 1. He's never seen Superman 2, 3, 4. He's never seen Superman Returns, probably since it came out. He saw that new one, but only so we could watch it and slate it. He hates all the films, but he does the same thing in every film, maybe Lex Luger.
Luger, ducking out of the way, and from there, yes!
They go and get kryptonite. No, he doesn't. But if you saw the films, which you haven't seen, so you can't have an opinion on it, bam, ba, bam, ba, bam, there you go. I got him this time, mate. I got you this time. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, I like Man of Steel.
Yeah, I like Man of Steel.
Yeah, because it was a different take
What
on
about
Superman.
Batman vs Superman?
No.
What
You-
about,
you
what about
like-
Batman versus Super? Right, my second one.
Right.
This one's bad. Hancock.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a good one to pick.
And I need to preface it with the
Stop
thing.
saying preface it.
I've not actually seen the film, but here's the thing. I think that from what I've seen, the trailer, etc., his superpower is being alcoholic. Wow, we could all have that superpower, couldn't we? It's very easy to be alcoholic. But it's like, that's his superpower. And you know what I feel why the film didn't work?
It did work.
It didn't work because it's trying to subvert the genre in terms of you're going to have Will Smith, and this time he's not being a superhero who's like a proper superhero guy. He's like a down and out alcoholic bum. But this is you're casting Will Smith. He's no good at playing that because he's always playing films where he punches aliens in the face and things like that, where he's always the great guy. So he's not the right guy. They should have got like somebody like, you know, who's more downbeat. You know,
Like who? You researched it.
You know, if you had like somebody like Alan Rickman or something. Alan Rickman is that.
He was like 60 years old then.
If you'd had Alan Rickman, you'd be like, wow, this guy, he's not like a superhero. Michael Keaton, maybe, because he's like a serious guy. And you're like, wow, that's kind of
Birdman.
against typeface. Birdman, yeah. Bird shit, I call it. I didn't like that film. But yeah, so what didn't you like about
No, I thought Hancock was a pretty good subversion of superhero film. So you don't know what it's about then?
Yeah, an
What?
alcoholic who gets superhero powers, and he doesn't want to do them at first, and then he meets Charlize Theron, and she's like, "You're a good person," and then he goes and starts saving people. Wow, it's basically, you know, it's like Unbreakable, like that.
No, it's not. He doesn't find out he's always been a superhero, but it's just everyone's sick of him because he's a bad superhero who doesn't care about doing his duty and doesn't take advantage of being a superhero and doesn't appreciate being a superhero.
It's not a great film, but
You've not seen it.
And also, Hancock can't come up with a better title than that. It's like calling the film Rupert or something. You know, like come up with a name like Megatron Johnson or something. That's a pretty good name, Megatron Johnson.
Yeah, it's a pretty good name.
Even though it's copying Megatron, but so that was our best and worst superheroes.
Yeah, and thanks for all the support when we.
Yeah, we really do appreciate the support and all the comments, the subscribers, and everything. We everything's so positive and it inspires us to keep on doing them. Yeah, I've been doing that a lot because I've been deep in thought, people.
He's not been.
Yeah. Well, but yeah. So if you want to. if you want to end.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay, go on.
So, thanks for listening to the podcast. If you listen to it, we're trying to get it on Apple as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so we're everywhere. So look forward to that.
Yeah, look forward to that.
And see ya.
Farewell, Kimosabi.